I'm Tony Perkins, and you're listening to Washington Watch. Lebanon, Ohio became the first city in the state of Ohio and the 29th city in the nation to outlaw abortion and to declare itself a sanctuary city for the unborn. The city council there voted just after 11 p.m. last night, after a marathon session of about 4 hours, to approve an ordinance that makes it illegal to provide an abortion, aid an abortion, provide money or transportation for an abortion, and provide instruction for an abortion within the city limits of Lebanon. One of the pastors that helped organize this effort spoke last night. Here is a short clip of what he had to say.
I'm here tonight to advocate for these victims, not the bullies. I'm here to speak for those who don't have a voice, to be strong for those who haven't had a chance to have their muscles or backbones fully developed yet. I do have a backbone that's fully developed, and I will not miss my moment in history to take a stand for them. I'm honored to stand here in their place and fearlessly say that nobody's going to hurt you on my watch. Nobody's going to kill you in the dark, in the corner, behind closed doors while others turn a blind eye. Not on my watch.
That was Pastor Anthony Wade, lead pastor of Faith Building Church in Lebanon, and he joins us now. Pastor Wade, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me on tonight. It's a tremendous honor.
Well, congratulations. I understand you helped lead this effort there. You spoke very articulately last night. Were you surprised at the outcome?
No, I wasn't surprised at the outcome. We're very fortunate to live in an area of the nation, and particularly a small town America here, where we have core values that are on full display, and a city council that I'm super pleased with, and a mayor and Amy Brewer, who also, I saw that clip. Also, she also has a backbone, and they weren't afraid to stand up for what was right.
Well, I've been to Lebanon many times growing up as a kid, not too far from there in Sharonville, so I know the area quite well. Let me ask you this question. What was the motivation behind taking these steps?
Well, there's a young gentleman in our community named Joshua Beckman who was talking to one of our city council members just really a matter of a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago. And they were talking about all the sanctuary cities in this nation, all the sanctuary cities that stand for lawlessness and some other things. And they said, you know what would it be like if we actually had a sanctuary city for the unborn? And that was the genesis of the whole thing. And really things progressed rather rapidly. And it all came together and came to a conclusion last night.
So, Pastor Wade, there was a lot of folks there. Were you encouraged by the outpouring of support for this ordinance?
I really was. And, as a pastor, there were several other pastors in the room last night, but really the community stepped up. I see cities like Austin, Texas, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington. They're creating ordinances, how they think that their city needs to be run and how they think that they want their values to be on full display. And so, you know what, we may be small town America, but we said, what about us? Why can't we do the same thing? And why can't we set a law for what we think is right? And the community really did. Of course, there was opposition, but the community really did turn out in large numbers. The support there last night overwhelmed the opposition. But, Jesus himself said that if they hated me, it said that the servant's not greater than his master. If they hated me, they'll hate you too. So we know that there's going to be darkness there.
Well, the ACLU of Ohio and Planned Parenthood said they're going to file suit. Is the city council prepared to take on the ACLU and Planned Parenthood?
Yes, they are. In fact, and I'm maybe not the one to speak to this directly. I'll let the folks at City Council handle that. But we did have some representation offered to us. I think it's the former Solicitor General in the state of Texas has offered to represent us should any of those cases arise.
Well, I certainly hope that other cities across America will follow your example. And Pastor Wade, I also hope that other pastors will follow your example and step forward and provide leadership on these great moral issues of our day. We do not need to be silent. We need to speak out with clarity and with conviction, and you've done just that, and I thank you for it.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity, like I said, and I really do believe that we get so caught up in the national narrative and think that Washington D.C. is us against them. This nation's always been founded upon a representative form of government of the people, by the people, for the people, all the way down to the city level, and it starts with us. And so I just encourage anybody else that might be listening. Sanctuary Cities for the Unborn is a website you can go to and sign a petition. There are some really wonderful people that would be ready to help you take the steps and show you how maybe you can see this done in your city also.
Very insightful, and you're absolutely right. We do get fixated on Washington, D.C., and that can be depressing. But when we look at what we can do right where we are, we can get excited and be encouraged because we can make a difference, and you're doing that. Pastor Wade, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Have a good evening.